to keep going. If you tipped, look, I'm not your lawyer. I'm not. I could be. That's a different discussion. But for today, I'm not your lawyer. We're talking about eating popcorn, drinking our drinks. Friday night, we're talking about the Charlie Shrem, Jason Granger AMA today on Reddit. I've got it on my big screen above me here. The blockchain does not... Okay. Listen, Floyd in the Exotica room says apparently for 10 micro Bitcoin, apparently I'm his lawyer, and the blockchain says I am. Lots of people want me to be their lawyer for 10 MBTC. We'll talk. We can work things out. I think we might need more than that. Milli Bitcoin? You're right. I'm a jackass. I can admit that. All right, here we go. So moving forward, we have discussion here about voting rights. All right, so that's where we left off. We're moving forward. Can you guys see this okay? We've got Bitcoin Charlie's response. While we don't have exact voting rights, this is something that we can build out over time. Listen. By show of hands in the Exotica channel, does anybody believe they're going to build out voting rights over time across the Ethereum backbone? Anyone? Is that ever going to happen? No? Probably not. Yeah. They don't have it now. It's not going to happen later. This is one of my favorites here. I loved your prospectus as a traditional investor getting into crypto investments. How can I know that my investment will be used as you say it will? Oh my God. You know what this is? This is the investor looking at it saying, how the fuck do I know with this blank check investment you're actually going to buy this dog shit garbage company in Minnesota or Michigan or wherever it is, and that you're actually going to put it into the garbage company and not just run off with it? I mean, what a great question. Here's the response. Thanks, we'll be assembling an advisory board made up of 2 to 7 investors that will work in concert with our management and advisory team. We're doing this because outside advice is very important to us to make sound investment decisions. We have a lot at stake to make sure we follow through with our strategy, and the legal agreements all go in concert with the fund's objectives. You know what all that means? It means they don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's what that means. The correct answer to that question is, we're publishing audited financials. We have an investor portal. We're actually naming the target company instead of keeping it secret. We have errors and omissions insurance. And we have X numbers of experience doing these types of things. Did anybody hear any of those items there? No. Instead, we're going to get an advisory board made up of 2 to 7 investors that will work in concert with our management and advisory team. An advisory board to work with the advisory team. It's a lot of advisors. We're doing this because outside advice is important. No. People are investing in your fucking fund because they rely on your expertise to invest for them. You know that, right? I mean, that's the whole purpose of being able to charge a management fee. If you're charging a management fee to ask somebody else how to invest their money, I'm in the wrong business. I'm not going to be a lawyer anymore. I'm going to start my own hedge fund of just dog shit securities secured on the Ethereum blockchain that have I'm not even going to know if I'm even going to program it right. I'm just going to say that I'm going to do it because that's what they're selling. That's what this is. You know what I want to know? I want to know who's programming the smart contracts. That's what I want to know. I want to know not only who is programming the smart contracts, but who's going to hold the private keys. Isn't that reasonable? Don't you think there's a fiduciary duty by the managers of the fund that are going to be holding your assets in order to invest in this other deal? How they're going to have it, who's going to be holding it, and what it's going to be used for? That's the question being asked. That's the question being asked. As a traditional investor getting into crypto investments, how can I know that my investment will be used as you say it will? And the response you gave was, we're going to ask other people for advice on how to do that. Oh. You didn't answer the question asked. Instead, you answered with a bunch of stuff that showed that you don't know what you're doing. Charlie, stop. Just help yourself. Here's a direct message to Charlie. You definitely seem to be a trusted member of the crypto community. I understand you're adding an advisory board, but before I invest, I want to understand how exactly how the capital will flow into the companies you're recommending. I've thoroughly read through your prospectus, but how do you guarantee that your mechanism turns my crypto investments into real-world ownership other than my trust in your platform? Is there a way for me to easily understand those legal agreements before I invest in your ITO? And here's Charlie's answer. Everybody read it together. Of course. The ITOM, apparently this is a new acronym. The initial token offering memorandum document on our website is a legal document that outlines everything. Before we actually take your investment, we will have the subscription and limited partner agreements for your review and signing. That doesn't answer the fucking question. That doesn't answer the question. Remember the question I had was, who's programming the smart contracts? Who holds the keys? What insurance do I have? How do I know you're going to put those funds there? Just me signing a legal agreement? And here's the thing that's fucked up. Anybody else catch this? They're supposed to be doing this investment on the Ethereum blockchain smart contract in order to purchase this security. But instead, if that's the case, why is there a separate agreement? Why is there a separate subscription and limited partnership agreement when all of this is supposed to be done on Ethereum? Remember Charlie earlier said, and we found this out the last segment, that he wanted to prove that all of this could be done through Ethereum. Did we? So it can't be done through Ethereum, is what this response is. And again, they haven't said exactly or at all how they're going to guarantee that their money isn't stolen. People are concerned about this, and they're not answering the question. We're going to party like a rock star. We're going to take a break. Back in a couple of minutes. Put your questions in. We've got some good questions. I'll address your questions when we come back. I'm going to keep the music going. Remember, I'm not your lawyer, but I could be.